Peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you all. Imagine asking a group of biologists, if you had to describe an animal as an alien creature, something that seems like it's from another world, what would it be? In 90% of cases, the answer would be a single word: octopus. Our planet is filled with strange and fascinating life forms, but amidst all this diversity, one group stands out: cephalopods, and especially the octopus. These creatures are so different from anything else on Earth that they feel like they belong to an entirely separate realm. Their abilities are nothing short of extraordinary. But before we dive in, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Now, let's talk about the giant Pacific octopus. This magnificent creature inhabits the northern Pacific Ocean, particularly around California, Alaska, and the coast of Canada. You'll also find it near northern Japan and Russia. It can grow up to an average length of 4 meters, longer than a full-story building. And here's where it gets wild. Imagine a tube with a diameter of just 10 centimeters. Now, what if I told you this giant octopus can squeeze its entire body through it? Sounds impossible, right? Not for the octopus. This creature has almost no rigid parts, no bones, no skeletal structure. The only hard object in its body is its beak. Its body is made entirely of soft tissue, allowing it to stretch, compress, twist, and reshape itself like something out of a superhero movie. Think Mr. Incredible level flexibility. Some large species have even been documented slipping through openings as narrow as 2.5 centimeters. Incredible, isn't it? Now, let's talk about one of the most fascinating parts of the octopus: its 8 arms. These aren't just limbs for swimming or crawling, they are the center of its life. Each arm is covered in around 300 suckers, and each sucker is packed with over 100,000 sensory receptors. These allow the octopus not only to touch, but also to smell and taste its surroundings. Yes, it can literally taste with its arms. With just a touch, it can sense flavors, salty, sour, or even whether something is edible or dangerous. Its arms can even detect chemical compositions in the water. And it doesn't stop there. Those sensory cells can also detect pressure, vibrations, and mechanical movement. Now, here's something mind-blowing. The octopus has around 500 million neurons in its body. For an invertebrate, that's astonishing, comparable to the number of neurons in dogs and twice as many as in cats. But here's the twist. Most of those neurons aren't in its brain. They're in its arms. That means the octopus can process information, make decisions, and react using its arms independently from the brain. It's almost like it has 8 mini-brains. In a 2019 study presented at the Astrobiology Science Conference, researchers from the University of Washington observed an octopus interacting with a metal box underwater. They used advanced imaging tools to track neural activity, and the results were shocking. The octopus's arms were analyzing sensory data and making decisions independently without waiting for commands from the brain. Most creatures operate with a top-down system. Decisions flow from the brain to the body, not the octopus. Its decision-making can start directly in its arms. Each arm can act on its own, like it has its own agenda. Speaking of intelligence, the octopus is by far the smartest invertebrate on Earth. With an impressive memory and advanced problem-solving skills, it aces almost every test biologists throw at it. Back in the 1950s, researchers at Oxford tested whether octopuses could recognize geometric shapes: triangles, circles, squares. Not only did they show interest in the shapes, but when rewarded for choosing specific ones, they learned fast. They're also curious and resourceful. When given a sealed jar with a fish inside, an octopus could open it in under a minute to retrieve the prize. They've even been seen using coconut shells as shelter, carrying them to safe spots, sitting inside one half and using the other to close themselves in, essentially building their own portable home. Octopuses also recognize human faces. Researchers who worked with them noticed that octopuses behave differently toward people depending on how those people treated them. They would approach caretakers excitedly and avoid anyone who tried to grab or annoy them. Now, for one of the coolest features, camouflage. Octopuses are true masters of disguise. They can instantly change their color and texture to blend in with sand, coral, or rocks. This ability is powered by special pigment-filled sacs in their skin called chromatophores, surrounded by muscles that contract and expand to show or hide colors, like red, yellow, or black. They also have iridophores and leucophores, reflective cells that allow them to produce shimmering blues, greens, and even white tones. With these three skin layers working together, the octopus can mimic almost any color or texture around it. Unlike chameleons, which need about 20 seconds to change color, the octopus can transform in under 5 seconds. It's like watching a living, breathing magic trick. And finally, here's a fact most people don't know. Octopus blood is blue. That's because it contains hemocyanin, a copper-based molecule that helps transport oxygen. Unlike humans and most animals that have red, iron-rich hemoglobin in their blood, the octopus relies on copper, giving its blood that eerie blue tint. So, with all these otherworldly abilities, and more we haven't even touched on, it's no exaggeration to say the octopus might just be the closest thing we have on Earth to an alien life form. That's it for today's episode. If you made it this far, you're the real MVP. Drop us a like so we know how many of you stayed till the end. Got ideas for future topics? Leave them in the comments. We read them all, and most of our episodes come straight from your suggestions. And if you're curious about dinosaurs or alien monsters, check out the links in the description. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, peace out.